Good morning. It's Monday, September the 30th, and I'm going to attempt to do like a daily vlog that's a little bit more centered around work. I have recorded numerous times, and for different reasons the footage just never saw the light of day. But we're gonna try again and see how today goes. It's Monday. I'm dressed very casually because today we have a what is it called? A district-wide disaster drill, like where we practice what would we do if we had a disaster of some sort. We have one a year, always towards the beginning of the year, and I'm on search and rescue. How I got on that committee, I don't know. I don't know why they thought latawnya would be a good search and rescue person, but I'm there, which means I have to be outside. I have a partner. We have to search all the classes to make sure there's no injured students. There's always like scenarios in different rooms and student actors and the whole thing. So I'm on search and rescue. I feel like people have asked me about this lip gloss before. This is Fenty. Oof. I don't know. Like, that's very small. And I have very poor vision. I don't know what that says. It's gonna be one of those things where I have to take a picture and zoom it in so I can see. So that's what's gonna be happening today. So I'm dressed pretty casually. Aside from that, I would also like to show you some of the things that I've tried this year that's new that I haven't done in years past. So hopefully that is something that I can get done for you. But yeah, it's a Monday. As far as my weekend is concerned, I did upload a video over the weekend because I did some fall decorating, which is not necessarily me, but maybe it is me now. I don't know that it's not that fall decorating isn't for me. I've just never decorated for the fall. I definitely love decorating the house, and I definitely love creating like an environment that just feels like very homey and cozy. And like I said in that vlog, when I went full blown and decided I was gonna go all out for Christmas decorations and just really realized how much it made me happy, I thought, why not do the same for fall? So I shared that vlog, the process. I also got shutters installed on my windows last week, so I wanted to share that. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. I've responded to some comments already. I definitely feel like the installation of the shutters for sure elevated the look of the condo on the inside and out, and I've been wanting to do that since I've moved in, A, because I've always loved shutters, and B, because I know it increases the value of the home. So I did that. But right now, I'm gonna check my email, make sure I'm set for the day. And I think I said what I would like to do in this vlog is show you some of the newer things that I've been using. Yes. And so what I'll show you right now, I did not discover this. Taylor discovered this. So the thing about Taylor is when she jumps down a rabbit hole of whatever kind, she really jumps down there and comes out with something like amazing that she can use and that I end up using as well. So she started using Classroom Screen probably a month ago. I think we had both heard of it but had never really used it, and then she decided to use it because our classes, sweet kids, both classes, really sweet kids, but they just love to chitter chatter and they tend to be loud about it. And we're having our first year where we have 35 plus kids. In years past, we've had about 25, 26 because we taught RSP. So not only are the kids talkative and louder, we are very ear sensitive to the amount of talking and how loud they are talking. So she found Classroom Screen and all the features that it has. And so I decided to use it once she praised it. So Classroom Screen, I think what she initially used it for is because it has this feature where it has like a noise volume. And so if kids get too loud, it'll get in this red area and it'll make a ding. And it'll have the number of notifications will represent the number of noise what is the word I'm looking for? Noise violations they've had. So for both my classes, they cannot get more than 10 of these in the block of time that I have them. If they don't, they get a star in the jar, which I will explain later. But what's really nice about it is that it really has everything you need in one place. So instead of me having 5,000 tabs up here, I have a link to my Google Classrooms here. I use this for name sorting. I can have a countdown to whatever I want here. So right now we're counting down to the first trimester, or into first trimester. Also counting down to the Colonial Fair, a timer, dice. Like this is when I want to randomize who I call them by table group and seat number. This is when I just want to use seat number. And then there's a bunch of things down here that I could be using. So it is very handy. Oh, and this is also where I put my agenda. So the agenda, reminders, all of that. So it's very handy in that I feel like I'm not going between as many tabs in any one day. It saves the screen if you have the premium version, which I want to say is $35 total, but you can also do a trial. So I did a trial first to make sure I liked it, and I did. So that was a sound notification. I don't know if you heard it because I was just exceptionally loud when I spoke. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I have everything set up for the day. And as the day goes on, I will check in. I will try and check in during my prep, but I don't know what that's gonna look like because of the disaster drill. So I might even try and eat my breakfast right now because I don't even know if I'll have a prep. So one of the vlogs I mentioned, I was having a hard time finding breakfast, and I tend to get very hungry, especially if I exercise. So I have been eating these. Oh my God, I thought I left my lunch at home. I have been eating these Jimmy Dean breakfast bowls that I've known about for years. I've eaten them on and off for a while. This seems to do the trick. It has 22 grams of protein, and it basically has potatoes, pork, chicken, sausage, eggs, and some cheddar cheese and bacon. So I eat that, and that gets me through the day. And I don't know if I want to eat it now because I feel like that's too early, but anyway, I'm gonna check in with you later at some point today, kind of let you know how the year has gone since the last time I checked in from the classroom, and that's it. So I'll see you soon. It's hours later. It's 3 o'clock. It's after school. And I mean, I told one of my students today, as we were nearing the end of the day, I said, you know what, I really love you guys, but I'm so excited for you all to go home because it's just been that kind of day. The kids are fine. It's just from the point of the disaster drill that started a little bit after 9 on, it has just been hectic. I haven't had a moment to just gather my thoughts really. I didn't have a prep period because that occurred during my prep. And when it was done, I had 7 minutes of my prep left before more kids were coming. And like with our disaster drill, there was just like some miscommunication between, I don't know, just miscommunication in terms of protocols, like where students should go, how they should get there. So the kids were confused, teachers were confused. And if there's one thing I don't like to feel is confused, lost, and disheveled. And that is exactly how I felt. And I'm trying to recoup from that. Not to mention that there's a lot of things that I need to do. I need to make a sign-up genius for my leadership class so they can start volunteering to work at the student store they work at. I have to take tomorrow off for personal reasons, so I need to make sub-plans. I'm backed up on my grading. I need to finalize what I want to do for universal access this week. I'm out on Wednesday and Thursday for like committee work, but I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing there or feeling confident in what I'm doing. So it's a lot. So I'm just checking in. I'm still gonna make my best effort to upload this video because this is really a realistic day in teaching. And also try and remember to show you a couple other things that I have integrated in the classroom this year that I'm really liking. So let me make a couple phone calls, check some emails, center myself, gather my thoughts, and then I will at least show you those things and kind of tell you what we've been up to in the class since last I spoke to you from the classroom. So hold on a second. Robinson? No, it's okay. Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, bye. So I was just on the phone with the principal. I'm out Wednesday and Thursday for school business, and so we are a Kagan district. Let that be known. We have been a Kagan district for I don't even know how many years at this point. I've gone to all the trainings, like I think there's 5 days worth. I've attended them all through the district. Even before I got my credential, I remember Spencer Kagan came to the university I went to get my master's and did a full-blown, I feel like a whole Saturday session. So I'm Kagan'd up, as I like to say. But me and another teacher are the culturally responsive teaching go-to people, for lack of a better term. And over the past couple of years of us doing that kind of work, we along with other people in that committee have voiced the concern, like it seemed like Kagan was getting priority over this type of focused culturally responsive teaching when there's a lot of overlap between the two things. And the primary difference between Kagan teaching or Kagan style teaching and culturally responsive teaching, as per Dr. Holly and the way that we've been trained with that, is that with the culturally responsive teaching practices, you're very explicit about, you know, I'm picking this strategy because it serves this particular cultural behavior. And again, culture in this sense could be based on ethnic culture, youth culture. So it's not only about race and ethnicity. And so this year, we're gonna try something new at this site where we kind of merge those two. So we are required to be observed by our on-site Kagan coach twice a year. And so one of the points I made at one of our last meetings as a culturally responsive committee is, I think there's teachers in the district like myself who feel like I understand Kagan. I've been coached beyond being coached. I know what to do. I know how to do it. If I have a question about a particular structure, I know exactly who to go to, but I am not really finding value in being coached twice a year, because now it just feels like I'm just jumping through a hoop. I'm just going through the motions. So one of the things I asked is, like, why can't we give teachers the option? Like, if you feel very sound in your Kagan style teaching, but culturally responsive teaching practices is something new to you and you want to grow in, why can't we offer them that? That's still an idea that I think should be considered, but at least here at this site, we're trying to merge the two committees so that they are both seen as necessary and valuable. So Wednesday and Thursday will be the first time that me and the other woman that I've been working on this committee with will be joining the on-site Kagan coaches to go observe teachers that are being Kagan coached, and we're going in with the culturally responsive teaching lens, seeing like, okay, you did the structure, and little do you know, by doing this Kagan structure, you've also addressed these cultural behaviors. Really to show them that it's not really one more thing. It is very much integrated. The only difference is there's a lot more purposeful decision-making or intention behind the structures you pick, when you pick them, and how you use them. It's all new, so I feel a little unsure of myself, but I just talked to the principal, and I think what my thought was this first time around is the same as hers. Like, it's not going to be super formal. We're kind of going in, observing, and just kind of giving feedback, but the Kagan coach is still like, or the Kagan coaching is still the primary driving force, and we're coming in to see, are you integrating some of this culturally responsive teaching practices and you don't even know it? Or if not, where could you have easily put it in and it wouldn't have felt like a big overhaul of your lesson to you? So I'm feeling a little bit better. I don't love the fact that I have to make a total of 3 days worth of sub plans, but that is what it is. So I'm gonna get myself to work. And when I check back in with you, I should have accomplished a lot and be just about ready to go home. And we're gonna see how long that takes. It is 3:11. I also need to get a pedicure desperately. So I'm gonna see if I can schedule a really late pedicure since I don't have to wake up as early tomorrow morning. All right, it is 5:10, so 2 hours later. I just finished making my sub plans and laid those out. I'll show you what that looks like for me in just a second. I did successfully make a pedicure appointment for 6:30. They were not very happy when I said I'd like to come that late and were really soft bullying me into coming in earlier, which I said, I know, I would love to come in earlier. I just don't think I can make that happen. And really tomorrow's the only day that I have, excuse me, today is really the only day I have the time to go get the pedicure. So I feel bad, but I also had to do what I had to do. But I got my sub plans done. There's still other things I need to do, but I definitely wanted to get that taken care of because that's something that has to be done while I'm here so that I can leave the sub plans out and ready to go. There was a little bit of a glitch, and there still kind of is I requested a specific sub for tomorrow. She student taught with me, I want to say, I don't know if post-COVID, like that first year we got to come back hybrid, and then she had a baby, and so she's been out of the rotation for a while, and now she's subbing. So I knew I was going to be out tomorrow, and then when I found out I was going to be out on Wednesday and Thursday on school business, I emailed the district, who had just, you know, put in a sub request for me, didn't really pay any mind as to who the sub was. I let them know, well, I'm gonna be out the day before, and for the sake of consistency, I would really love it if I was able to keep the same sub, and asked them if they could do that for me. And the lady that's in charge said yes, but then when I went to go check the subs, or check to see that she was in there for those days, it was a totally different person. So I just emailed that person at the district level to say, hey, was she not available? The person I requested, because I spoke to her. She said she's available. And if so, again, I'd like to have her sub for me instead. So we'll see what happens there. I also messaged the sub through Instagram and asked her, you know, basically, did plans change? Is she no longer available on all 3 days? So we'll see what she says. But I feel good in the sense that I got what I absolutely need to get done and still have time to go home pretty much I don't know where you guys are gonna go right now. Pretty much walk the dogs and then go to my pedicure. Right now, I'm just feverishly trying to organize papers so that they are out of the way of the sub. And while I was doing all that, I just had a moment, I'm not gonna really say what triggered the moment, where I just feel like, for the most part, I would say, in general, in my teaching career, I would say 99% of the parents that you work with are great. Like, they understand the demands of the job. They understand that you're human beings. They understand that, you know, you are a professional. And then every once in a while, you encounter a parent or two that almost talks to you as if you are their personal employee. Like, they are your direct boss, and that what they think you should do is what you should be doing, to the point where you just feel like your professionalism is being questioned. And I do not like that feeling, especially given the fact that I know that every teacher in the world is not, you know, on top of their game. Every teacher in the world is not like perfect. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I know how hard I work to give my lessons and my teaching my all. I know how much thought goes into what I do, why I do it, how I do it. And I know that I'm very good at communicating all of that. And so when I do all of those things and still someone is talking to me as if I'm not doing enough, or I'm not doing what they want me to do, therefore it's not the right thing, it just really frosts my cookies, as I like to say. So, hold on a second. Sorry, I had to go in the pod and there's childcare children in there. Anyway, it really frosts my cookies because I am like, if you want to run a classroom a certain way and do certain things, by all means. There is a teaching shortage. I encourage you to go get your teaching credential and have at it. Have at it. So yeah, I've had a little bit of that this year where it's been very frustrating. And that's not to say that parents can always, I gotta remember to do this, agree with what you choose to do or how you choose to run things, but there is a way to communicate that so that it doesn't come across as condescending, as if you owe them anything, as if you don't know how to do your job. And that's where the problem lies for me. Like, that's where that's again where my cookies get frosted. So I'm working through that. And again, it's a very small population, but it's enough to be frustrating, especially when you are working hard all the time, to the point where you worked yourself to therapy. So yeah, so I'm just getting myself together to leave. I'm gonna go walk the dogs. The house should be clean today because this is the day the cleaning lady comes. So I'm super excited to see a freshly cleaned house with shutters. So I'm gonna head out. I'll probably close the vlog when I get home. I am home and change of plans. It's 6:45. I've been home for a while. I got home a little after 5:30. When I left school, I had to get gas. And then I got home, and by the time I got home, which only takes me a few minutes, I realized like I could get a pedicure tomorrow if I wanted to. I just didn't want to tomorrow because I think tomorrow I'm gonna be pretty busy, but tomorrow's probably better. Because I was gonna come home and be stressed about walking the dogs and getting them walked in time and fed, and then be out the door in time to get to the pedicure, hoping that there was no traffic. And then I realized you're really stressing yourself out. You're stressing yourself out about something that you don't really have to stress about. You do have options. So I'm really in the space of trying to, just gonna check on Luna, relax and adjust when necessary. And so I did. So I called the pedicure place and said, I needed to reschedule for tomorrow evening, so that's what I did. And I'm glad I did because I walked these two. There's Woofy. There's Luna. Fun fact about Luna today. Luna, look in the camera because mommy's talking about you. Luna Sky. Luna Sky woke up at 4:30 this morning, guns blazing. The alarm went off, we got up, and she decided from henceforth, I shall terrorize the house. I'm going to bully my brother, Woofy Goldberg, and I'm going to do all the things I shouldn't be doing just because I want to. And she's pretty much done that. But the walk took longer than normal because we had to stop and there was things going on. So yeah, I just decided to make that change, and I got home and I decided I wanted to just relax and enjoy my clean house. There's still a couple of things I need to do to make sure everything is set for tomorrow. But what has to be done for tomorrow is done. And I'm just gonna show you my house now that it's all clean with the shutters. I promise you I won't talk about the shutters in every video, but I really am still at a moment where I'm just like obsessed with them. So here they are. In the clean house, in the clean space. That pumpkin it's not doing it justice. Let me turn it around. There we go. Let's try that again. There, that's a more appropriate view. The house has been clean. It smells clean. The cleaning lady came. Everything is back in place. Boom. And that's it. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close the vlog. If you enjoyed this vlog, please give it a thumbs up. It was definitely a Monday vlog. If you'd like to leave a comment, please feel free to do so. If you're not subscribed, I would welcome you to subscribe. And if you are, make sure you turn on the notification bell so you know when I upload new videos, because it's kind of haphazard at this point. I also realized I didn't show you the other things that I've added to my classroom this year that I'm liking so far, but I will do that. But as always, I hope that you're well, and if you're not well, please be well, and I will see you in the next vlog. Until then, goodbye.